We've got a lot of the brown stuff to shift today, folks. Okay, off you go, Terry. He's away. That is tractor number 1. Today we are going to be doing a lot of the work with the slurry, folks. But before that, we've got some yard work to do. Welcome along to another episode of A Dairyman's Diary. As always, my name is Frank. That there was Terry. He's just gone to take the 78 down to the 77, sorry, down to the some of the ground will work the hay ground down by the sheep yard in the south. Now we're going to join him. We're going to get started on a little bit of the land we have around here. We're going to take the 6820 down there to work on that shortly. But first of all, we're bringing the combine back, and what I need to do first is just drop this water tanker off. Filling up the cattle this morning, filling up their water troughs. They are all looking good. There's got some more muck I need to get cleaned out there at some point. But the weather is good, it's nice and early, so this morning we're going to take advantage of that and we're going to jump on and get some more ground covered. As you can see, around here we're looking pretty good. Everything is covered nicely. So these silage fields are just going to be left to kind of dry in for a little bit, for it to bake in into the ground. That should get it to grow a bit nicely there, and hopefully, all being well, if we can get some form of a third cut off there, I'd love that. I'm not too confident right now. We'll have to wait and see, of course, but that would be pretty perfect. Now through here, as you can see, we've got all the straw build up here, so a little bit more straw that we need to cart away, which is a good start. It's still not going to be enough. The quantity of straw we've had this year has not been great, but we're likely going to need a little bit more from somewhere. Oh, get on there. But that's a concern or a worry of mine for another day, really. But yeah, we'll get that all stacked up probably tomorrow, I think. As you can see, we moved the combine now, so that's out of the way. It's just going to stay in the stack yard for now. Just keep it out of the way, really, until we need to kind of get service down and put back into the shed for the winter. But I just kind of wanted to get that cleared for now. We'll leave the header trailer here as well, just so we can actually get on with some more cultivation, to get some winter barley into the ground for some of our fields around here, and that field being one of them as well. So we'll just leave this here for now. Excellent. Perfect. So how you doing, folks? Hope you're all very well today. Hope everything is going well, whatever you're getting up to. Do let me know in the comments down below what you're working on, where you are working. I do enjoy reading through those when I get the opportunity to. We've been busy, like I say. We've got quite a lot done this last few days. The hay is now all but done. We've got one field left to clear, which is one of the bigger ones, again, right in the very south there. And then that's all that ground cleared as well. Hence the reason we're really cracking on with the slurry now. Once that is done, we're going to let it grow. Hopefully give it a month, 5 weeks if we can afford it. We're early August right now. If I can manage to get a third cut off there by September, I'll be happy. I'll be a happy man. But we need to wait to see what we can do with that one. So if the weather conditions are good, we'll get some good slurry on there, give it the ground the best chance to grow. We're going to need to spray as soon, so we're just going to leave this here. Then, yeah, that'd be great for us, really, so we'll see what we can do. We had a bit of a tidy up there, got some of the machines put back away properly. And it's all looking good. And then yeah, we've got our hay bales in here, so we've got a few. As you can see, there's a little bit more room to get some more in. There's probably started that last field yesterday. I would say rough estimate, there's probably in the region of about 30 bales left in there, maybe. So we'll get those ones brought up at some stage. And when we do, then we'll be able to kind of fill up the rest of that shed. But that's a good start for the hay, at least, starting to fill up the sheds. And that is all going to keep the cattle going for a little while. We do need to get some whole crop into here, and we do need to get some more silage. We have that silage down at the sheep yard. Wouldn't mind getting a few more up here, which would be why, if we can, we'll get this ground up here cut again, really, I would say. But yeah, we're going to jump into the glorious 6820. And here we go. Now, there's a couple of fields that we want to work on, like I mentioned there. What we're going to do, I don't know where we're parked here really, but we're going to head back up through the yard. I filled this up just this morning there as well, so they're both ready to go. So, actually no, we'll go the long way around just because of the way we're facing here. It's better. 6820's had a bit of work to do with the build stacking of late, which is good. It's nice to get it working across the board. There we go. Okay. That field is yet to be done, but we'll do this one first because of the way we're facing. A bit better for everyone. Okie dokie. And there we go. We're putting this on pretty heavily. The Joskin at the moment, we've calibrated that, so it's going to apply about 45 cubic meters per acre, which is a lot of slurry, nice and thick, and this one's going a little bit less than that, about 40. But yeah, so we're trying to put on as heavily as possible. The ground's nice and dry, so it will absorb in very easily, and it'll allow us to get the most nutrients back into the field without having to spend any money. Of course, this is all coming from our slurry pit, so we want to make the most of that where we can. And then yeah, you know, we might as well try and keep our bottom line down whilst also benefiting the environment as well. So that should all be good. The aim is, once we get these ones done, I'm actually going to take this, both machines down to the chicken yard, where we're going to have to, there's some new ground down there that we topped, mowed down all the weeds out of the grass, so we want to, that's coming through quite nicely actually, and what would be ideal is if that continues and we're able to actually get a cut of silage off there as well, because that would be a good crop on there. So we're gonna, it's still in its kind of early stages, so we can still get away with putting some slurry onto there, and it'll just give it that little bit of a kick. I don't think we'll put it on quite as heavily as we are in this field, for example, but it'll still be good enough to really boost the silage along. And yeah, and then that's us really kind of all done. Our main harvest is done. Let's really turn our attention to drilling actually after that. So we've got a couple of fields up here that we want to drill, and then all those fields that we've harvested again, and we've got a bit of muck to spread in some of them first. So we've got a lot of work still to do as always, but that's never stopped us before, and it won't this time. But yeah, we'll be able to keep cracking along nicely. As you can see, we really are applying this pretty heavily, and it does really look like that on the ground that we've just gone over. A real slab of slurry, really. It looks great. Okay, just stop it there. We'll spin this around. Not the biggest field in the world, but we might as well get it done whilst we're here. Get everything allowed to dry. And there's a few bits of grass that were missed, but that'll rot away. We'll come into here probably with a rake as well once the slurry's all dried in there, and just give it a good, a real good kind of rake through. Pull out any of the dead stuff. It really does help it all as well. So that's something we need to get onto. But yeah, we've got a few contract jobs coming in soon as well for slurry work. A lot of farmers who've got their grass work done. So we might take you on the road with us next week, I think, when we're going to be going away to do a little bit of a slurry carting and spreading job, which will be something different. We'll see how that one all looks. Alright then, just like that, that's field number 1 done. We're going to shoot back through the yard, because it's probably the easiest way to get back into the fields at the far side. Now for that, I think we'll just play it safe. Go around here. Okey-dokey. Perfect. So there's a hayfield around the far end that we're going to do, and then we're going to go straight in from there into, there's a cultivated field that is due to get some winter barley in there soon, but we're going to just cover it first with a little bit of slurry, and then if need be we can always work it in after that again, just to, again, free nutrients, makes sense to do it. We have plenty of slurry at the moment as well, so I'm not against doing this at all. Perfect, so we're going to keep cracking along with this, and then we'll see how it's all looking when we're all said and done.
I wish you'd stay, but there you go. I have so much I wanna say to you, much I wanna say, but there's no time. We used it all. Still have so much I wanna talk about, but I messed it up and there you go. Oh, there you go, walking out that door. It felt so close, closer than it felt before. And yeah, I know that I forgiving me. And I just want you to know I didn't mean it. Baby, I just wanna be with you. I should be with you.
Okie then, we're about to get back out of here. We just finished off the field over there, finished off the cloud field as well, filled up, and Terry is waiting for us now really, so off we go and see him. He's down at he's finished his first load, he's down at the new yard now, so we're going to go and head down there, just open this gate first, and then we'll kind of be on filling up for the rest of the day really, I should imagine. Should keep us going, and then yeah, once that's done, back onto the hay shifting really. So it's go go go, which is always good. Let's get some lights on here as well. Okay, that's looking good. Go around. And we're around there. Lovely stuff, off we go. Perfect, so it's not too much of a drive down there, we're really kind of getting going. This field directly ahead of us here, we are going to hire a muck spreader sooner rather than later and get that taken care of, and then we're all done there as well. Might be a little bit more muck to come out first though from the cattle shed, so we might bring that out and get that spread as well. And then yeah, ploughing after that, which will be good. Good to get some of the next year's crops in the ground, I always think. Nice to be able to make a move there and get everything kind of planned out, mapped out for the future. So yeah, that's sort of kind of where we're looking at the moment. Not a lot else has happened. The hens are really settled in though, they're flying along now. Waiting for another seed delivery, or yeah, kind of grain delivery, for like a kind of a bit of a poultry mix really. When we start to harvest our own wheat and barley next year, that's going to go in towards it as well. But for the time being, we're ordering in some special kind of poultry meal just to go into the last of the grain that we have, just to kind of extend it a little bit. So yeah, that'll be interesting there as well. Like I say though, we've got a lot to kind of cover on that side. So it's a big, long learning experience for myself as a dairy farmer. To go to poultry is a complete shift of gears. But hey, it's working relatively well thus far, and long may that continue. Now we're just going to zip around the corner here. One thing I have noticed, this John Deere really doesn't struggle pulling the full tanker behind it. There's a lot of weight there on that Abbey, and it manages it without any issues, which is great. The 7710 on the big Joskin, that Joskin is a lot bigger, and that you can really notice that's starting to struggle a little bit. But yeah, it's something that is just huge, pretty much. That's the primary reason there, so there's not a lot we can do about that. Let's just control our speed down here a bit, Frank. That's better. Tap on the brakes a bit. Perfect. I think I can see Terry pulled up over there, which is great. We'll try and pull alongside him, get him filled up there. Then we're going to have a look, see what's going on with the hens, I think, to see if they're all looking happy. It's always the main thing. Okay, so about here. Alright then, so what we're going to do is lift up the arm first. Kick it out there, that's about where I want to go. I think that's looking good. Actually, going to just get ourselves in a little bit closer, I think. It's a tricky bit trying to get itself lined up properly with that, otherwise it's a real sudden mess of a job, as you can imagine. Okay, that should do it. Excellent stuff. Alright, and with that, just make sure we're looking okay. Yeah, it looks pretty good to me, so we're going to get this all filled up here, and then Terry, wherever he may be hiding out, can get himself going again. And then this field will be done, so I'm just going to kick on the PTO in here. There we go, and we'll leave that to do its thing. So as you can see here, we have quite a thick-looking grass actually to start with, plenty for us to get rolling with. We've got to be a bit careful as we go towards that far side of the hen house there, mainly because that's where there's an open body of water. We don't want to have any nutrification from the slurry straight into there, so we've got to be careful of that. That being said, though, plenty of ground here that's in desperate need of a bit of a kick, and we should get a fair few bales off here if everything goes well. For now, though, we're going to leave it here. We're going to let that do its thing. We'll get this all filled up, and then we're able to get cracking really with the rest of the slurry. Shouldn't take us too much longer to pump all of that out there, one would think. And then we're good to go. So we'll leave Terry in charge of that one. We're just going to have a wander over to see how the hens are coming along, actually, whilst I'm down here today. They should be looking good. Quick walk around the back here, because I can hear them. Oh, there's a couple of them. A couple of them are out at least. That's a start. Good. Good. And yeah, we're aiming to get this filled with some wheat and barley over the coming months at least, so we can we don't have to look after them quite so much, and they should be a bit happier. And then yeah, we are good to get flying along from there. So we'll leave those guys to do their thing. We're going to leave it here as well. Thank you ever so much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed this episode of Dairyman's Diary. My name is Frank, as always. If you have enjoyed, don't forget to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button to Simulation for the Nation, who very kindly agrees to host everything. And we will see you later. So until then, thank you ever so much for watching. Do stay safe, enjoy what you're doing as always, but most importantly, happy farming.